Okay. Well, this is something I haven't done in quite a while, but I just really wanted to do this video because I don't know, my cat is right behind me, Madison, you know. Hey baby girl. Just trying to knock this down while I come and get my princess. Yeah. Say hi, Madison. Yeah, say hi. You doing good? Yeah, you are. This is my cat, Madison. She's very antisocial and she likes to run away, but this isn't the reason why I'm here recording this video to introduce Madison to you all. Let's see how she likes getting up there. How you doing, baby girl? How you doing, Mads? You doing good? Well, this is my cat, Madison. And in up close form, the magical cat. I don't know. But anyway, the real reason I wanted to get up here and talk, when I say get up here and talk, I don't know. The real reason I wanted to do this video to begin with was a Resident Evil rant of sorts. Like, because I'm uber excited for Resident Evil 7. The beginning hour. No, I'm kidding. It's a really good demo, by the way. But I'm just really excited for Resident Evil 7. But a lot of people are like, yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be bad. You wanna know why? Because it's not Resident Evil. Because it's in first person. Or is that your issue? I mean, the series has done Control before. It went from fixed camera angles, which, not gonna lie, were really annoying and kind of hindered sometimes. Like, I found it literally screwing me over more times in Resident Evil 0 than helping me in any way, shape, or form, or even making the game smoother for me. I don't know. Like, it's okay for what it is, but it's not series progression. So that was one thing that was very amazing with 4, is how you could change the camera with the analog stick going over, and then also by pressing X and then moving around in a circle. You know, that was honestly one of the most helpful things about that game. It's probably my favorite change, to be honest. Then they're talking about like it's not a Resident Evil game because it's probably not gonna play like one. And I'm like, what do you? What? It's not gonna be like any of the old Resident Evils. What? This one's gonna have puzzles, and oh, I don't know, more ammo conservative. Conservative. I don't even know what I said. That conservative is that what I said? I don't know. I said something really really bad. Okay, I never say anything really really bad. I just screwed up the word really really bad. But yeah, it's gonna be more ammo conservative. It's gonna be more puzzle. The enemies can roam in the puzzle room, making it more difficult. Like, honestly, I don't see where people are coming at from. Like, I don't even see where people are coming out from when they say they hate Resident Evil 6. Because I personally, I love 6, I love 5, and I even love 4. Hell, I even love the original Resident Evil game. I love the series in general. I love every game I've played. Have I beaten every game I've played? No, I haven't beaten 0 or 4. I think those are the only ones I've played that I have not beaten. Because I've played 1 and I beat it. I've played 5 and 6 and I beat it. I've played Revelations and Revelations 2 and beat them. I don't know, maybe Mercenaries? But that's a 3DS title and that's just basically Mercenaries. There is no story to that whatsoever. But yeah, I think that's it. 0 and 4, and I'm about to beat 4. So that'll just be 0. And then I've never played Code Veronica 2, any of the Chronicle games, but those are just retellings. Outbreak, but that was like a co-op thing. Online, I don't think there's really anything story-worthy in that game. But yeah, everybody's complaining because it's gonna be in first person. Like, okay, there's one thing, because I was reading up on why they decided first person, or like, I don't know, information in the game in general. And the one thing I came across was, I don't know, I looked up story, like what the story was about, the character wise, and one of them was I got information because the main character is Ethan. He's going to this plantation to find his wife who went missing. Apparently lied to him. He got lost. Told him to stay away. But of course, him being him, he's gonna come looking for his wife. And so then he probably gets lost in the plantation. Maybe finds his wife alive, dead. I don't know. We'll have to play the game. We'll have to wait till January 24th to find out. Unless it gets delayed, but I doubt it was delayed because it's like 60% done as of E3, I think they said. I don't know. It's either 65% done as of E3 or as of Gamerscon, one of the two. Pretty sure it was E3 though. So it makes sense that it'd be out January 24th. But then again, you never know because one of my most anticipated games of this year got delayed, even though it's been in development since 2006. Final Fantasy 15, you don't know. But yeah, and then what else? Oh yeah, because I was talking about. Okay, the reason why it's in first person, one, is because they want it to be more. They want to amp up the horror sense for you. The suspense, the anticipation, the horror. Like, because in first person, you're more to identify with yourself being the character in that spot instead of seeing a character there, like in other games. Because you always see the character that, and they're always battle-ready people. Like Chris and Jill, they're STARS members. Claire was taught by Chris with some stuff. Leon was a cop, okay? Rebecca was a STARS member. Billy was in the military. Barry was in STARS. About the only one who isn't. Okay, only two of them aren't battle ready, I guess. Oh, okay, maybe Natalia, and that's it. Moira at least had some training, I think. I don't know. She joined up, whatever. Either way, she was a burden. So there's that. Maybe she wasn't trained with the gun, but she was good with the crowbar. So I guess maybe Moira and Natalia are about the only two non-battle ready people, and they're basically used for flashlight, item detection. Natalia can throw bricks. Moira's got a crowbar. Hell, Moira doesn't use a gun until the struggle. And she doesn't shoot in the cutscene. Unless you choose... No, she won't shoot in Barry's campaign if you shoot with Claire. But if you shoot with Moira, she'll shoot in Barry's campaign. That decides what ending you get. I've already done the Let's Play on it, so I'm not too worried about that. About revealing that. Because literally, I think Revelations 2 is one of my favorite Resident Evil games of all time. Just because, one, Claire is my favorite female protagonist in the Resident Evil series. And two, Franz Kafka. Hello. That game introduced me, I'm pointing over there because the book's over there. That game introduced me to a author I love a lot now. Franz Kafka! I don't know, he's just really awesome. But yeah, they wanted to have a ordinary person in an extraordinary situation. And let's face it, every single Resident Evil main character is a battle-ready person. Like, they may have been thrown in this extraordinary situation, but they were people equipped with the abilities to handle it right away. Like, yeah, sure, they're probably scared out of their pants, but they have the guns, and they have the skills, and they have the equipment to handle it. Does Ethan? No, he's just a normal husband, trying to find his wife, getting thrown into one hell of a hillbilly situation. The game will take place in one area. It's only at that plantation. Only in one location. Like the first game. The first game took place in Spencer's Mansion on the Arklay Mountains. And then this place takes place... Okay. In a plantation in Louisiana? Yeah. It starts with D. It's like Dudley, Louisiana, something. I don't know. Something like that. It's in Louisiana. I remember that much. And of course, obviously, it's a mansion you're going to, once again. So you have a mansion, probably a barn you'll eventually run into. I don't know. There's obviously going to be other areas. There's probably going to be an underground area like there was in the first game. I don't know. Resident Evil really likes to throw in underground areas. Because there's an underground area in 5. There's the mines. I'm pretty sure there's one in 4. There's one in 6. Sewers in 2. I already said there was one in 1. I think the remake. It's where you find... What's her face? Trevor. Yeah, Lisa Trevor. It's where you have to run away from her and stuff. I don't know about Zero. Maybe. Like in the very beginning, after you get done with the train section, there's that underground part. I don't know if there's going to be a section where they're underground. But that's to the extent I know of about an underground section in Zero. I can't remember about Code Veronica. So Code Veronica is really the only one right now that I'm just not sure of. And then of course there's the sewers and Revelations 2. And then there's the underboat Revelations, I guess that'll count. So yeah, they always have some kind of underground section in Resident Evil, so I wouldn't be too surprised if there's one in Resident Evil 7, Biohazard. And it does take place in the same world. It's not a reboot, it's an addition. So I'm sure you'll find notes that they love to place all around the area. Having, I don't know, like notes about what happened in China, Raccoon City probably, just like notes on the past events in Resident Evil, notes on the characters. Sorry, that was a fly. But I'm pretty sure there'll be notes somewhere. And I just don't understand the hate. Like maybe 6 has got some people skeptical because a lot of people hate 6, and I don't find it. I mean, yeah, sure, Chris's campaign's a bit boring. I guess you could say it's bland. It's not very entertaining. Like, really, the only things I remember from that is the snake fight. In Halos with Piers at the end. That's literally, Chapter 5 is the only thing I like in Chris's campaign. Ada's campaign's pretty good. I like it. It's about the most Resident Evil we're going to get in that campaign. Leon's is more of a throwback than any of the others, along with Ada's. Ada's being more targeted towards a single player campaign, but you can have a second player join you as Agent. He's the greatest guy ever. I'll have you, Bo. I'll have to let Bo tell you sometime just about the top 10 reasons as why Agent is so great. I'm pretty sure he can come up with them like that. He loves being Agent so much. And then Jake's is honestly probably the best action campaign in that thing. Like, because Chapter 4 is probably, it's okay. I personally love Chapter 3 the best. Chapter 2, I hate it. It's like the only chapter in Jake's campaign that I hate. Chapter 1 is amazing. And then Chapter 5 is freaking awesome too. Jake's campaign is like the perfect blend of Resident Evil and action. Whereas Resident Evil 5, gameplay-wise, was not the perfect blend of action in Resident Evil. Story-wise, was very much Resident Evil. Because the story, you know, you got Outbreak, you got Las Plagas and Ouroboros, and then you have the Albert Wesker story coming to a close. Like, it's very much Resident Evil, the story of Resident Evil 5. Obviously, it brings the whole Wesker Albert thing to a close. Whereas that gameplay, very non-horror-ish. It's very, very, very much action. I'm struggling to think of a point in that game that might be contrived as horror. Maybe the beginning? I don't know. But, I don't know, it's just very much like 90% action, maybe 10% horror, whereas Resident Evil 4 is like probably 60 to 70% action, and then the rest horror, which is good. Okay, whatever. Hate you too, internet. But, so there's that. I don't understand the hate for the game. Leon's is okay. Like, it's my favorite. Because Leon's my favorite. Story, while a bit convoluted, still works in the series because Simmons was the person who pushed the button. Who gave the okay, or who gave the order to blow up Raccoon City in 2. So it's not like he was just randomly thrown in there. He's been in the series since the beginning. Like, come on now. Do you read? Simmons is the reason Raccoon City was blown up, and that was in Resident Evil 2 in 1998. Pretty sure he just wasn't thrown in. About the only one you can say was thrown in there was Carla, who, if you don't know, she's fake Ada, slut Ada. According, well, from me and Bo, is what we refer to her as, slut Ada. She's the one in the purple outfit. Or was it blue? Blue or purple? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I can't remember. But either way, she's about the only one that they threw in there. Because all she was is that, you know, Simmons couldn't deal with losing Ada after she left him because he was crazy and blew up Raccoon City and was like, no, I'm just going to go work for Wesker then. So he made a clone Ada. Good for him. It's a bit creepy. Don't. It's weird. But yeah, Resident Evil 7 I think is going to be great. Like, it's going to be a mixture of Resident Evil, you know, because it's going to have, like, the same Resident Evil aspect to it, puzzles. Zombies creatures. A mansion. Mansions are staples. There's always almost a mansion somewhat in Resident Evil. And then, yeah, there's those three elements that everybody loved from the original games, but are somehow complaining about this new one because it's not Resident Evil, because it's in first person. So, it's going to take place in the same universe. Who cares? And it's in first person, you know, because Outlast was great. That was a great horror game. If you're thinking Resident Evil, if you don't think Outlast is gameplay, or Outlast's look can't work with Resident Evil story and gameplay-ish, then you're stupid. Because that's... I honestly think that's going to work well. It's going to blend well. And then the whole reboot it. Yeah, you really want to reboot a franchise that's still going strong, that started in that's me, okay? I was born in 1996. That's like getting to this age and then rebooting yourself. No, don't reboot the series. Do you want to get rid of Leon, Chris, Jill, Claire, all these characters you've invested your heart and soul in? Do you really want to just get rid of them just for the sake that you didn't like 2 games? You didn't like 2 games. 2 games weren't to your Resident Evil standards, so reboot the whole entire thing. Resident Evil 6 was too much action. Reboot the series. It's lost its everything. Where's the logic in that? So let's get rid of the star appeal, you know. Let's get rid of the reason why people might come to this game series in general. Because you gotta think about it. There's almost like different subgames. There's gamers that return to franchises based on the characters and the story. There's gamers that return to the franchise based off of the gameplay. And then there are just gamers who come back for both. And if you're coming back for both, then the odds are you don't want to reboot the series. Yeah, if you really love the characters, you don't want to reboot the series. I love the characters. I came into this around 2012. Literally, Resident Evil 6 was the first Resident Evil game I've ever played in my life. And I love it. I bought it from Family Video when I was 16, and they didn't give a damn. Because, you know, they weren't really cracking down on that age thing. But yeah, I even rebought it for the PlayStation 4 because I love the game that much. It's honestly not that bad. It's not great, sure. It's not the best video game in the world, sure. But it's great. Maybe I'm just not nostalgia blinded like a lot of people are with the original games, that I just don't really care for a change in direction. Like, this whole switching to first person isn't really fazing me. It's not really making me be wary. Just like, no. I'm not doing that because I'm not nostalgia blinded by the original games. Yeah, sure, I played 6 first. And I loved it. I played 5 afterwards. I didn't like it because I played by myself and Chev is stupid. But then I got Bo along with me and then beat that with him. And it's great. Honestly, 5, 6, Revelations 2. I think that's it. For their co-op games are best played with somebody else. They can be played alone. Yeah, sure. I haven't beaten Resident Evil 6 by myself, except for Leon's campaign. Because, you know, Chris's campaign sucks. And I just never have the time to play Jake's by myself or Ada's. Because, let's be honest, Leon's Leon, I'm going to be Leon. Okay? And then after 5, I think it was Revelations I got for the 3DS. Because it was cheap. And my dad got it for me. Why not? For the trip. Revelations 2 came out not too soon after. Then the Origins Collections. I played Resident Evil 1. I started 0. Then I got 4 once it came out for the PlayStation 4. And I reran into 0. And I got a little bit more into that. But I still haven't beaten it. I'm halfway through 0. I'm like not 0. I'm halfway through 4. I think I'm right before the water part that everybody hates. And then like, oh, nope. We're going to lower the score of this game because it kept it in there. Well, of course you're going to keep it in there. It's part of the freaking game. They're not going to get rid of it just because a bunch of freaking idiots don't like it. Just because fucking idiots think it's annoying. Yeah, sure, it's annoying, but that gives the game difficulty. It's the whole point. If you don't like it, then play through it, tough it up, and then put her in the suit of armor, and you won't even have to deal with it. She can't die. She can't get carried off. It takes away the whole freaking difficulty of the game. Especially in that part. They don't want to hold your hand, which is something you all hate about new games to begin with. Is that they hold your hand and make things a whole lot hell easier for you. If you're wondering why I keep looking down this way, it's because that's where my games are. So, like, I don't know why I looked over there. I just like looking at them. As I look, I think definitely gonna remember every single game that's in that corner just because I'm looking at it. It's not true. I can't. I do it. I hope, but it doesn't always. Man, this rant is going on for too long. Point is, don't just throw Resident Evil 7 to the side, just assuming it's going to be a shit game, just because you think just because you think Resident Evil can't work with first person. Just because it's not Leon, just because it's not Claire, just because it's not Chris, just because it's not Jill, just because it's not a battle-ready person. They're still in the universe. We have Resident Evil Vendetta, the movie coming up that's inspired by the first game. Not a retelling, but it was inspired by it because it stars Leon and Chris, and I think it has Rebecca in it as well. But yeah, just don't throw Resident Evil to the side just because you think it's going to be crap because Resident Evil 6 wasn't to your expectation. I think that's why I'm so optimistic going into this, is because I'm not nostalgia blinded by the tank controls and the fixed camera angles and the ammo conservation. I think that's it. I think that was Resident Evil's charm, right? Fixed camera angles, tank controls, ammo conservation, exploring, which, I mean, yeah, sure, Resident Evil 6 didn't have much of the exploring that the old games did, because the old games, Resident Evil is a very slow-paced game. Let's get that out of the way. Well, Resident Evil 1 through 0, or Code Veronica, whichever one of them came out last, I don't know. 4 shifted into a faster-paced game. I mean, it's still slowish, but it's faster than the others. And then 5 is a bit faster. And 6, a whole the hell lot faster. But actually longer because it has 4 campaigns. Either way, I love the game series. I love the game characters. Hell, one of my favorite scenes in Resident Evil history is that scene in 6 when Chris and Leon fight and then they end up pointing guns at each other as Slut Ada runs off. That's literally one of my favorite scenes in the whole game franchise. He's a pretty awesome guy. Claire, yeah, she's like my second favorite character in the whole game franchise. Honestly, she's just amazing. I love Claire. Although, don't become her love interest because you'll die. I mean, look at Steve and Neil. Yeah, they're dead. And they were both her love interests. Ish. I don't know about Neil. I know she liked him, but I don't know if he liked her back. Either way, Neil's dead. So yeah, just stay optimistic for 7. I mean, yeah, sure, it's in first person, but it's gonna have the same horror element, the same puzzle element, with a little bit more anticipation, suspense, Tense? Yeah, tense. With, I don't know, the enemy roaming around, coming in to the area where you need to solve the puzzle. Yeah, it's going to be a bit nerve-wracking. Oh, and it's going to make you want to go through fast. It's going to make you just basically screw everything up because you're too busy trying to work faster, and then the enemy comes in, and you haven't hit yet, and boom, you're dead. This is literally has gone on too long. But yeah, like I said, point is, it's going back to a core Resident Evil gameplay style as far as the puzzle goes, and the ammo conservation, and the area being in one specific area like the first game. But with Outlast and new horror first-person perspective games, look and feel like Outlast. And I believe Soma's another one. I don't know, I haven't played too many indie games, but this is going to be like one of the first big blockbuster games to be in first person, because Capcom is by no means indie. So Resident Evil is by no means indie. And I don't know many games that are first person in horror like Resident Evil is. Plus, I mean, come on. You guys got your ammo conservation back. You guys got your puzzles back. Hopefully. If they keep their word right. Anyway, just keep your opinions moderate. Like, don't go into it expecting a really, really great game, but don't go into it expecting a really, really bad game. Like, I'm going into it thinking it'll be a good game and hoping it blows my expectations to be a great game. But I guess if you go into a really low standard, then you're probably going to think it's really great. Yeah, but I'd say just go out with a moderate standing. Unless you just don't like first-person perspective games in general, that's probably not the game for you to begin with, but I think it'll be great. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a solid game. Yeah. I'm hoping it blows my expectations out of the water. But as of right now, I'm just going into this game thinking it's going to be good. And I think you guys should just give it a chance, for you Resident Evil 7 haters, doubters, I guess. I don't know, people who think it's going to be a really crappy game just based off of what they know 6 is. Or just based off of what they know first-person horror games are. I don't know. Anyway, hope you have a great day, great night, whatever. I don't know. Hope you have a fantastic evening. If you liked the video, give it a like, comment below. That'd be super special awesome. And subscribe. You know, that'd be great. Or if you already subscribed, then I love you. Ta-ta for now.